Ever pondered why sometimes your words don't resonate as you intended? Or perhaps why some conversations leave you drained? In our fast-paced world, where distractions are a dime a dozen, we often forget the art of truly engaging in a conversation. We're either too busy formulating our next response or simply zoning out. This lack of presence, my dear listeners, is where the root of many interpersonal issues lies. Now, what if I told you there's a way to transform your conversations, to make them more meaningful, fulfilling, and efficient? The answer lies in mindful communication. Mindful communication is not just about the words we say, it's about being present, being aware, and engaging fully in the conversation. It's about listening with intention and responding with compassion. It's about understanding the other person's perspective and expressing your own with honesty and respect. And why is this so crucial, you ask? Because effective communication is the lifeblood of our personal relationships, our professional success, and our daily interactions. When we communicate mindfully, we foster understanding, build trust, and strengthen connections. We become more empathetic, more patient, and more open-minded. However, when we lack mindful communication, we open the door to misunderstandings, conflicts, and strained relationships. We miss out on key details, misinterpret intentions, and often leave conversations feeling unsatisfied or unheard. We tend to react rather than respond, leading to unnecessary friction and tension. In a professional setting, the consequences of poor communication can be even more detrimental. Miscommunications can lead to errors, missed deadlines, or even damaged client relationships. On the other hand, mindful communication can enhance teamwork, boost productivity, and foster a positive work environment. Consider for a moment the last time you felt truly heard, or the last time you had a conversation that left you feeling energized and understood. That, my listeners, is the power of mindful communication. So, if you find yourself in a cycle of miscommunications, or if your words are often met with blank stares, it's time to rethink your approach to conversations. The solution to these issues? Mindful communication. So what exactly is mindful communication, you may ask? Well, let's journey into it together. Mindful communication is more than just a practice. It is a way of being, a way of interacting with our world. It is about being present, active, and intentional in our conversations. It's about creating authentic, meaningful connections with those around us. Now, there are three key components to mindful communication. First, we have active listening. This isn't just about hearing the words that are spoken, it's about truly understanding the message behind the words. It's about tuning into the other person's emotions, empathizing with their perspective, and validating their experiences. Active listening involves not just your ears, but your heart and mind as well. It's about setting aside your preconceptions, your judgments, and your own thoughts to fully immerse yourself in the other person's narrative. When you listen actively, you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. You're genuinely engaged and invested in understanding the other's point of view. The second component is speaking truthfully. This means expressing yourself honestly and openly, even when it's difficult. It's about being brave enough to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences without fear of judgment or rejection. Speaking truthfully is about authenticity. It's about being true to who you are and what you believe in. The third component is maintaining presence. This means staying focused and attentive during conversations. It's about resisting distractions, whether they're external like a buzzing phone or internal like wandering thoughts. Maintaining presence is about showing respect for the other person by giving them your undivided attention. Mindful communication is not about achieving perfection. It's about striving for better understanding, deeper connections, and more meaningful interactions. It's about cultivating empathy, respect, and authenticity in our conversations. So, to sum it all up, mindful communication, in essence, is about creating a bridge of understanding and empathy between you and the other person. It's about being present, active, and intentional in our conversations, allowing us to connect on a deeper and more meaningful level. Active listening, a key ingredient in the recipe of mindful communication. Picture this: a conversation where you're not just waiting for your turn to speak, but truly engaged, fully present, and keenly attuned to the speaker's every word. This, dear listeners, is the art of active listening, a cornerstone of mindful communication. Active listening entails more than just hearing the spoken words. It's an all-encompassing engagement where you focus entirely on the speaker, absorbing their words, their tone, their body language, and the pauses in between. It's about becoming a sponge that soaks up the essence of the speaker's message. So how, you might ask, do we practice active listening? The first step is to focus fully on the speaker. This means putting away distractions, be it your phone, your to-do list, or the chatter in your mind. You must lend yourself entirely to the moment, to the speaker, to the conversation. Next, resist the urge to interrupt. It's quite tempting, isn't it, to jump in with your thoughts, your advice, your solutions. But active listening requires patience. Let the speaker finish their thoughts. This simple act conveys respect and allows for a deeper understanding of their perspective. Finally, provide feedback. This doesn't mean you should rush to offer advice or solutions. Instead, it might be as simple as nodding in understanding or paraphrasing what you've heard to confirm your understanding. This feedback loop assures the speaker that they are truly being heard. And the benefits? Oh, they are manifold. Active listening paves the way for improved understanding, deeper connections, and stronger relationships. It fosters empathy, enriches conversations, and unravels layers of meaning that might otherwise remain hidden in casual listening. Remember, when you listen actively, you not only hear the words, but also the emotions and intentions behind them. So the next time you find yourself in a conversation, challenge yourself to listen actively. Hear the unspoken words, feel the underlying emotions, and connect with the speaker on a deeper level. Speaking truthfully, another crucial aspect of mindful communication. Communication is a dance, a delicate balance of giving and receiving, and as in any dance, authenticity is key. Speaking truthfully is not just about honesty, it's about authenticity. It's about expressing your thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a way that is honest, clear, and considerate. You see, speaking truthfully is not about blunt honesty. It's not about saying everything that comes to mind or sharing every thought or feeling without filter. That can lead to harm and misunderstanding. No, speaking your truth is about being honest, while also being considerate of the impact of your words. It's about being clear and direct, leaving no room for misinterpretation. It's about speaking from your heart, expressing your true feelings and thoughts with respect for the other person's feelings and experiences. To speak your truth, you need to know your truth. This requires self-awareness and introspection. It requires understanding your feelings, your thoughts, your experiences, and your values. It requires understanding your intentions and your impact. And sometimes it requires courage. Speaking your truth can be scary. It can make us feel vulnerable. But it's in this vulnerability that we find authenticity. And it's in this authenticity that we find connection. When we are honest about our experiences, our feelings, our thoughts, we allow others to truly see us. We allow them to understand us. And this understanding is the foundation of genuine connection. So how do you speak your truth? Start with self-awareness. Understand your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. Be clear and direct in your communication. Consider the impact of your words. And above all, be brave. Speak from the heart. Allow yourself to be seen, to be understood. When you speak your truth, you open the door for genuine and deep connections. So step into the dance of mindful communication with authenticity, with honesty, with consideration. Speak your truth and watch as your connections deepen and your conversations become more meaningful. Ever found yourself lost in thoughts while someone is talking to you? That's where presence comes in. Our minds can be our own worst enemy during conversations, often whisking us away into a world of past regrets or future anxieties. But the true magic of communication unfolds when we remain present, fully engaged in the here and now. Maintaining presence in conversations goes beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind those words. It's about making the other person feel seen and heard. It's about building a bridge of understanding and empathy. So how can we cultivate this presence? Well, the first step is awareness. Be aware of your tendency to drift away in thoughts and gently bring yourself back to the conversation whenever you notice this happening. Remember, it's normal for the mind to wander. The key is to acknowledge it without judgment and refocus your attention. The second strategy is to focus on your breath. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly effective. Breathing is an anchor that ties us to the present moment. When you find your mind wandering, pay attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your body. This act of mindfulness can help you regain your focus and re-establish your presence in the conversation. Avoiding distractions is another crucial aspect. Try to minimize external distractions that could interrupt the conversation, but also be mindful of internal distractions such as preconceived notions or biases that could distort your understanding. Finally, make it a habit to practice mindfulness outside of conversations as well. The more you practice, the easier it will be to remain present during conversations. Whether it's spending a few minutes each day in silence, or simply taking a moment to appreciate the beauty around you, these little acts of mindfulness can go a long way in enhancing your presence. Staying present in conversations is like holding a torch in the dark, illuminating the path for a meaningful dialogue. So the next time you find yourself lost in thoughts, remember to light up your torch of presence and illuminate the path of mindful communication. So we've traversed the landscape of mindful communication. Let's take a moment to reflect on our journey. We began by understanding the importance of mindful communication, how it fosters deeper connections and meaningful relationships. Then we delved into the essence of it, the core values of respect, empathy, and compassion that form its foundation. We explored the art of active listening, a practice that entails fully engaging with the speaker, absorbing their words, and responding thoughtfully. We also discussed the courage and sincerity involved in speaking your truth, expressing yourself openly and honestly. Lastly, we highlighted the need to maintain presence during conversations, to be fully in the moment, free from distractions, allowing us to truly connect with the other person. This journey through mindful communication has shown us that it's more than just words and responses. It's about genuine connection, understanding, and mutual respect. In the realm of communication, mindfulness is not just the key, it is the door to meaningful and effective conversations.